There's a lot of AI news to cover over the last week, and in this video we're going to cover 25 stories you need to know that you might have missed. So let's start with the most important, probably the biggest news of the week. It is Oracle and OpenAI. OpenAI and Oracle signed a deal where they would purchase $300 billion in computing power over the next 5 years. This would make it one of the largest cloud computing deals ever. This partnership actually started back in July when they agreed to work on Stargate together. OpenAI announced that Microsoft has agreed to a non-binding agreement that will allow its for-profit arm to convert into a benefit corporation. The transition has to be cleared by regulators still, but in the long term, what this actually means for OpenAI is that they could potentially raise more capital from other investors and they could become a public company. This contract isn't finalized, but it's something they are working towards. OpenAI has also added support for MCP tools in ChatGPT, so there's like a whole developer mode that you can access now, and in developer mode you can create connectors and use them for chats like write actions and everything else. They go on to say that it is now available for Plus and Pro users, and you can get started today. And as always, every single piece of news item you see in this video, you can access the link in the description below. And if you guys are enjoying AI content, don't forget to subscribe. I cover AI on a daily basis. OpenAI is also reorganizing its model behavior team. So the model behavior team had roughly 14 people. They are now moving to the post-training team. What is the model behavior team? Well, simply put, it is a research group within OpenAI, and the responsibilities is to ensure that the model doesn't make silly mistakes like, hey, am I going to just instantly agree with the user? Am I going to reinforce the user's beliefs? And some of the beliefs that it's going to reinforce are pretty bad. And their whole job, their whole role was to ensure the model didn't do this. The team also worked on making sure the model didn't have a bias towards anything. They're not really getting rid of the team. They're saying that, hey, by bringing it into a different part of the OpenAI structure, they're able to make the team have a bigger presence. So just kind of interesting to see how the OpenAI model, ChatGPT, works in the future given this change. Is it going to agree with you more? Is it going to agree with you less? We're going to find out. And the last piece of OpenAI news we're going to cover in this week's AI news segment is OpenAI is building a movie called Critters. It's an AI-powered animated film that we will see sometime next year in the movie theaters. Their whole idea is to tell like film executives, hey, if you use AI, you can build movies at a low budget and actually make a good movie. So I think that'll be really fun to see how it comes out, and you can kind of see the look here. That's what the critters look like. Pretty cool. Let me know in the comments below. Would you go and see Critters? Are you interested in AI movies, or are you like highly against it? What are your thoughts? Drop a comment. So moving away from OpenAI, let's go on to Microsoft. So Microsoft said they want to use some AI from Anthropic to shift away its dependence away from OpenAI. What this really means is on Office 365, they want to start using Anthropic, not just OpenAI. Their plan is to blend Anthropic and OpenAI, ChatGPT, and Claude together in Office 365, so you're kind of getting the best of both when you're using Office 365. Truthfully, I think this is a win for the end consumer because you're getting the best of two models now rather than the best of just one model, assuming that they do it right and it switches off accordingly. Anthropic had another update this week where Claude can now create and edit files. So this is actually something that ChatGPT has had for a very long time, but Claude can now edit like Microsoft Word files and PowerPoints and Excel files. It can create them, it can edit PDFs, and it can do all this directly right on Claude.ai, so you don't need to like copy this over to your PowerPoint or modify a Word file. You can actually even say, hey, generate a Word file for me. It's able to do all of this right on the go, right from Claude.ai. They actually have like some suggestions here of what you can do. So you can turn your data into insights. You can give Claude raw data and it can generate files or generate outputs based off whatever you want. You can build spreadsheets. So you can decide, hey, this is what I need. Let's describe it to the model. And you can say, output me a file based off what I'm telling you. And then you can even do like crosswork format. So you can upload a PDF and say, hey, can you generate a PowerPoint slide from this PDF that I just gave you? So it's pretty cool. It's a big feature for Claude. Like I mentioned, I know ChatGPT has had this for a while. I'm not sure about the other models, but good to see more models have this feature because it's super, super helpful. And lastly, on the Anthropic front, they are bringing memory to teams at work. What does this mean? Well, there's a feature where you can just toggle it on and it's going to have a memory of your chat history. Now, anyone on your team, anyone using Claude Teams it'll remember on your team's projects with your preferences, with whatever you're typing, so you don't have to re-explain concepts that your coworker has already talked to Claude with about, so it just kind of remembers and it works better for businesses. Honestly, I'm surprised it took this long to add this feature. I don't know any other model that has it, but I think this is phenomenal. If you're running a business, this is a huge step up because now Claude is going to start remembering all the different things it's done for all the different employees to give you the best outcome possible. You can actually see this example here on the left. The one user saying, hey, help me summarize my key wins this quarter. And on the right, someone else is saying that as well. And it's going to give the key wins for the individual employee, but it's using the same data set from both or from the same project. So it's two different people, same data, same history, but with two different outputs, which is really cool. Very, very useful. Google also had some updates this week on AI, starting with a Google Doodle. So they have this doodle here, you can see it, and they said there's three topics that are frequently searched during the school year: quadratic equations, photosynthesis, and DNA. So you can kind of see it all here. You can see the quadratics, the Google playing with the basketball back and forth. You can see everything going on. When you click this Google Doodle, what's going to happen is it's going to open up AI mode, showing a search experience, their new search experience that they're really trying to push with information where the student can dig deeper on the topic with helpful links and everything else. It's basically just AI mode with Google Doodles, and you click the doodle, opens up AI mode. They're trying to promote it. VO3 and VO3 Fast has new pricing and new configurations and better resolutions. So after widely requested, Google VO and VO3 Fast can now do a vertical video. So if you want to create a YouTube short or a TikTok or anything like that, they have updated their pricing as well. So VO3 is now 40 cents per second, and it was 75 cents per second before, and VO3 Fast is now 15 cents per second, and it was 40 cents per second before. So a lot better, and again, just vertical video support with 1080p support. So you can see the different examples they have, and they even have like a nice little Python script. You can see you can start building with VO3 in just minutes. So you can see it all here. If you're an advertiser and you're using Google to advertise your brand, there is something called AI Max for search campaigns. And it's a one-click solution that brings the best of Google AI into your search campaigns. That's what they say. So it used to be beta access in ads and ads editor and everything else, but it was like limited. Now it is expanding globally, so you should be able to access it. So if you're working with Google Ads, go check it out. You can give it a try. It's supposed to help you optimize your campaigns and help you figure out like your target audience and all that kind of stuff to increase clicks, to increase customers, to increase your wealth based off your ads. One of the other changes to Gemini this week is you can upload any file type. So that means you can actually upload a audio file and Gemini can understand and listen to your audio file and work with it. I did a video a few weeks ago about how to turn off AI mode on Google search, and that video has been slowly gaining traction. So I know a lot of you don't like AI mode. But with that said, AI mode is expanding. It is now available in 5 new languages around the world. So starting today, it is now available in Hindi, Indonesia, Japanese, Korean, and Brazilian, and Portuguese. So if you speak any of those languages and you want to try AI mode, Google AI mode, well, guess what? You're in luck. Now you can. Google also released something called AI Quest, which is supposed to be AI literacy that you can bring to your classrooms. So it's made for kids wanting to learn about AI. And it puts the student in the shoes of a Google researcher. And they'll learn how to use AI and how they can apply it to different areas like climate, health, and science. I personally haven't tried this app yet. I want to, and it's on my list of things to try. I love the artwork that they have went with. The whole aesthetics is really cool. But anyway, the planets, the animations, it all looks good. Can't wait to give this a go. There are some other large tech companies this week that have some updates in AI as well. So let's start with Meta. Meta has signed a $140 million deal with Black Forest Labs. So Black Forest Labs was actually just created a year ago, and it has scientists that were involved in Stable Diffusion. So they are working on their own image and video tools. So Black Forest Labs seems to be signing a lot of deals with a lot of big companies like Adobe, Canva, and Snap, and now Meta. Can we talk about Apple for a second? They just had their big event releasing their newest iPhone series, their newest phones, and what was absent from the event was AI. They never talked about it. They didn't really mention Apple Intelligence at all throughout the entire thing. It was very focused on the phones and the new software, but no Apple Intelligence. How do you feel about this? If you have an iPhone, you bought it last year, you're buying it this year, how do you feel about the lack of Apple investing in AI into their phones? I think the phone deal itself is really good for what you're getting, but I love the fact that Google's gone all in into useful AI features that you can access right now on your phone, on your Pixel phone, where Apple's just like, yeah, we're not going to talk about it. That's just my thoughts. Love to know what you think in the comments below. On to 7-Eleven, Japan, and AI. You can see in this photo here, there's this little robot, and this robot will stock the shelves and clean the floors and even clean the windows. So this is actually just something that 7-Eleven in Japan is trialing in Tokyo. They have a couple of them, and I think this is a really good use for like robotics and AI because it's going to lessen the need of humans. And I know on the onset that sounds really bad, but there is a worker shortage in Japan, and there's a lot of people in these 7-Elevens every single day. I was there this past summer. They are absolutely packed. And I think just having a robot that can go around, stock the shelves, and make sure the floors are always clean is a win for 7-Eleven. And it also help out the employees that are working there, because now they're not going to go as crazy, as hectic, trying to make sure everything is good and great, because they can't get enough employees to do the job anyway. The last couple of weeks has all been about Nano Banana when you're talking about image generation. Well, ByteDance has stepped up to the plate with Seed Dream 4.0, which is supposed to surpass Nano Banana. So I've actually seen some comparison images back and forth, and the image quality is amazing on Seed Dream. And also Seed Dream has like no content restrictions at all from what I've seen, which I know some people really like, but you can see the image quality is really good. If you want to give it a try, I highly suggest you do. Like I said, it might be better than Nano Banana, which is saying something because Nano Banana is really good. Replit has released Agent 3, which they're saying is their most autonomous agent yet. Can we quickly discuss that concept, that line? Hey, this is our most whatever yet. And I know a lot of companies do this. I'm not faulting just Replit. I mean, Apple just had their event. This is our fastest iPhone yet. I would hope so, that they're iterating and making it faster, they're iterating and making it better, rather than not. But anyway, let's talk about Agent 3. Now it has app testing, which is an agent that can actually test the app that it actually builds. So when you're building your app, it's going to test it out, make sure it all works for you. Hey, I'm testing the date selection feature. I just clicked on the 9th day and checked to make sure it's highlighted correctly and range text is showing up as expected. Next, I'll click the 15th day. So it actually shows you the testing that it's doing. The agent can also build other agents for automations. So you can like, hey, let's have a trigger agent, and then based off the trigger agent, it's going to do something else. They're also increasing the autonomous runtime. So you can see agent version 1, which was like 2 minutes, and they went up to 20 minutes. Now they're up to 200 minutes that you can just have like an autonomous runtime going through your app and doing things. They also have a new app creation flow, so you don't always need like a full app. Sometimes you might just want to see like a design just to see what it looks like. So now they have that as an option that you can use, and they're saying, hey, it's going to keep getting better. Like I said, I hope it does. Udio Music Generation also has an update this week where it has added voices. So now you can actually control the voice that you want to sing your song. So now when you generate a song, you can actually, if you like the voice, you can click Save Voice, and any new songs you make, you can reuse that same voice again. I believe Suno AI has had something similar to this for a while, but as always, it's so good when other companies are adding features, because us as consumers win when we have more options and more choices. Alibaba with Quinn 3 has released a pretty substantial new model called the Quinn 3 Next 80B-83B. So I know it sounds like a lot, but just bear with me for a second. It is 10 times cheaper in training, 10 times faster in inferencing, and with a 32,000 plus context window, which the context window is not a lot, but let's just keep going down for a second, and you're going to see they released a ton of data about all of this. So you can see like the pre-training efficiency and what it all looks like. Kling AI also got an update this week, so they have a new avatar feature, and if you love lip syncing, they're saying that it is upgraded and there's a whole new module for avatars, and you can see their little example here and how it all works. It is apparently limited access upon launch, so you may or may not have access to this if you're a Kling user. If you use Kling a lot, you may see it, you may not. Quick question, do you have a rabbit sitting in your drawer? And I'm not talking about an animal, I'm talking about the Rabbit R1, the bright orange device that was AI powered. The whole concept about Rabbit OS version 2 is supposed to be that it's more like AI experiences and you can share these AI experiences or something along those lines. I don't know exactly. I haven't seen a lot of video footage about this. I don't own a rabbit myself, but I'd love to know what you guys think. Who here has a rabbit? Do you actually use it on a daily basis? From what I was reading on the subreddit, I was really interested to get one. I was trying to get feedback like, what are people using it for? And is it useful? And I just basically got, hey, we have one, it was cool, and now it's in my drawer. And I don't want that to happen. Lamborghini is also adding AI sensors to its cars. And by that, they're really talking about like AI that will help your torque management. So it's going to adjust based on the surface and based on the driving style of the driver itself. So it'll adjust the torque distribution based off the surface and the driving style of the driver. They go as far as saying, could you imagine in the future, the car will theoretically recognize your emotion and adapt the control based on your emotion. Lastly, Roblox has a number of updates, starting with a TikTok-like short-form video feed for sharing gameplay moments. It is going to be called Roblox Moments, and it is literally TikTok, but with just pure Roblox moments. And they're going to have a whole API where developers can create these moments inside their levels, and then users can take the moments and share it out to this entire social Roblox world. But hey, this is an AI channel, not a gaming channel, not a Roblox channel. What's the deal with Roblox and AI? Well, creators are going to be able to generate more than just static 3D objects thanks to a new way of generating fully functional objects. So they're going to start with like different vehicles and different things that the creator can put in a prompt and say, hey, can you generate me a red sports car? And it's able to do that inside Roblox Studio. And then your interactive car can be driven. And then you can adjust the car. You can say open the doors, close the doors, whatever you want. It just enhances Roblox Studio. They're also adding a new real-time voice chat translation, which will work with English, Spanish, French, and German. So there you have it, 25 AI news items you need to know from the past week. If you guys enjoyed this, don't forget to subscribe. I cover AI on a daily basis. Don't forget to like the video. It tells the algorithm you enjoy this type of content and you want to see more of it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow with another AI video.
AI tools, AI news, AI prompts you can use. It's all for free, just come and see at FranklinAI.com where you're meant to be.